Let's hope we see a good effort from McLaren here today. In recent times they've fallen to somewhat of a midfield team. The last time the constructor would have...
Good evening and welcome back to round 10 here at the Italian Grand Prix on Monza. And so I've got Premier Division, the last race of the season. And we'll see if we can crown a championship tonight that can go two ways. It's either Bob or Negation. I think Bob has to get the win here and to take it, and Negation not to score any points tonight for Bob to take the championship here tonight. So a tough task for him, and a lot of luck and hopefully hope. For Negation, I think he just needs to score a couple of points. I think a maximum of 5, and he should have the championship in the bag. So 5 points, that'll be 8th position if I'm not mistaken. I can have a look for you guys. Sorry, 10th is 5 places with Bob winning, or 5 points for the championship with Bob winning. So, and our first guy on track here is Shaney, so we'll follow him around in a papaya colored McLaren. Looks nice and easy around the first chicane, not needing to push here in Q1. We'll have a full qualifying session, so Q1, Q2, Q3, and only 11 drivers at the moment, so people just need to set a time, and we'll go on to Q2. Everybody will be going through, and we'll lose 1 driver so far. We might have a couple of drivers still joining us once their power comes back on, so it'll make us a bit of a fuller list. I think it will be another 2 or 3 drivers that's joining us. So if they miss the qualifying, they will be sitting out the whole of quali. And as we have our first time on the board from Shaney at 20.2, great time from him. Next person on a lap currently would be Imi. Oh, Imi invalidated his lap. He's out on the medium. He's maybe hoping to make a two-stop using 2 mediums and then the softs. Same goes for Shakes. Shakes still in the pit, but he selected the medium so far. Let's see, Brad is on a lap. Let's follow Brad around. A very high intensive top speed track. Drivers will be running about 70-75% at top speed or full throttle around this track. As we get Brad coming out of Parabolica, a little slower, 21.4, and I see Sacred also setting a time, 21.1. Our Division 2 driver that's currently subbing in for the Mercedes team. So Josh couldn't make it tonight. I think Josh has currently got some exams. Okay, next driver up on a lap. Imi invalidated his first lap. Let's see. As I see Avilax coming into the comment section saying thanks for the comms. He couldn't unfortunately make it to this week. He just moved and I don't think he's got internet yet. So it's a little bit of a bad week and a busy week for Avilax. Hopefully he can just chill and watch the stream with us tonight. So Imi on the mediums. Petrol indicator also flashing. Let's hope he's got enough juice in the tank so he can make it around Parabolica and cross the line. Yeah, he's going into the pits, not setting a lap yet, so he'll definitely have to go for another one. Shakes on a lap. Shakes another driver on the medium. And a couple of guys still waiting for the track just to heat up a little bit before they go out and go set some times. Ooh, and as Shakes lose it in Parabolica. That car must be running quite a little bit of wing, or their tires are just cooking. I think Sacred's on a lap. Couldn't see now if he was going quick or not. There we go, and he improves. Sacred improves by 5/10, so 20.5. See Avalak again in the comment section, rooting here for Nick Gishin. Nick Gishin still on the outlap, prepping those tires, about to start his first run in Q1. And some stats here from Avalak as well. So Nick Gishin already holds a championship for Division 2. And if he takes the championship here tonight, he'll be the first driver within FTR to take both a Division 2 championship and a Premier Division championship. Might get some traffic, cause like out of the way. Thank you. Shane and Brad's already happy. So that time was enough. But like we said, everybody should go through to Q2. Only 12 drivers at the moment, so we might get another 1 or 2 now. 26.3 for Negation, Sector 1. This might look like an easy track, it's only a couple of corners, but it's a lot of time to find in such a small amount of corners. So to be quick around here, you've got to be consistent around every single one of them. And with running such low downforce, because this is a very high top speed track, and it's a purple sector 2 for Nick. With such a low downforce track, your turning is not as good as it would be. But you want that top speed for down the straight. You want a rocket ship. Make those overtakes happen as Nick sets a 20 flat. Purple 1, 2, and 3. See Bob also on a lap here. .3. It's about 4/10 of Nick's pace at this moment. He might just be holding back a little bit. Ooh, a little twitch coming out of Ascari. Might just be holding back a little bit, testing the waters. I believe his power also just came on, so he joined us a bit late. He doesn't have any practice. This might be his practice lap. We'll see maybe another one in Q2. We might see some good times coming in. Goes Bob sets at 20.1, so really picked up quite a bit of time there in Sector 3 versus Nick. This car might just be super quick down the straight. Next driver I see on the track here is Tormund, setting a purple 2, 53.5. Also just a little bit slower than Nick Gishin was in Sector 2, by about 6/10. But like we saw with Bob, just so much time that they can find in this final sector versus Nick. So Parabolica, not an easy corner, even though it's just a long right bender. It's still tough to keep it on the power. 20.4 for Tormund. As I wanted to go to Imi Alonso. Imi Alonso with a 20.4. Ooh, as Dean Fergie is twitching around. Tunable also in the comment section saying Brad playing with the big boys tonight. Indeed he is, indeed he is. He is our Division 1 driver at the moment. And like I said before, we don't need to push for times here. It's only Q1. All drivers will be going through to Q2. Currently it looks like Dean Fergie will put a 21 flat, maybe 21.1 on at the moment. But look at the middle split in Sector 2. See what time Dean puts on the board. I was wrong, it's a bit quicker, 20.7. I think Emi is on an in-lap. Yeah, Emi is on an in-lap. Tolman going slow. Ah, he's out of fuel. Super D is on a lap, or about to. He's on his out lap. Got a nice wide line out of Parabolica, making use of all the track to just build more top speed. Top speed almost reaching, and it went over 355 top speed for Super D down the main straight before the braking point, and still clean down the chicane. Nice and tight around turn 3. Yes, that is count as a turn. Sector 1, 26.4. Purple sector. This car looks stable, not a single twitch in that car. Nothing looks loose. That's a small twitch on the steering wheel I saw there. Still, ooh, really taking it all the way to the line, close to track limits. See, it's a 53.2, also purple sector 2. That's all about this traction out of Parabolica. Still deciding the wide line. I would have taken it a bit closer, but a 19.9. He might have gotten half a 10 for just keeping it on the inside, but he was probably so heavy on that throttle he couldn't bring it in. Next driver on the track at the moment is Khatui Lebi, Super D's teammate. This is Khatui Lebi also on the mediums. Libby with a 53.9 middle split. Yeah. Softest being obviously a quicker tire here tonight versus the mediums. I mean, this is just to put up a lap. And let's see what Khatui Libby can do versus the other medium runners of Emi Alonso, Shakes, Brad. So that's the keeping it on the inside, 20.5. Right up there with Emi Alonso's pace, only splitting them by a 10th between the two mediums. It was Emi's second lap, he did invalidate his first lap. Azadi made it back from the airport, I see he just joined. If he's quick enough, he might still be able to put up a lap. I hope he gets that Aston Martin started as soon as possible. And out of the pits as soon as possible. I'm going to hang on to him. We'll see if there's an Aston Martin mechanic running out the garage. Yep, there we go. There's an Aston Martin driver out on. There we go. We're leaving the pits. You're going to have to put pedal to the metal There's no tyre saving, it's just putting up a lap here. Yep, straight through. He's trying to save time so that he can set a lap still before the end. So his tyres might still be cold. It's very tough to meet up your tyres here, and not even trying to turn. There's no way it's generating heat except through the speed of the car. But Lesmo 1 and Lesmo 2, that'll bring in some heat on the outer, the left-hand side of the car. He's still got more than enough time. Still about a minute left. Oh, well, 40 seconds. So already got the ERS on. It's ready to put a lap on. A little twitchy out of Parabolica. There's no need to put up an insane time here. Only need you to complete a lap. Avalak also just reminding me what a champion, giving me some stuff to talk about. So just a reminder that we'll be starting planning and everything for season 12 to come. Take about a 2-week break, and we'll have some shuffle between drivers through Division 1 and Division 2. Maybe promote some of the faster drivers in Division 2 to Premier Division, and might bring some guys down from Premier Division to Division 2. So anything is happening. And then also new calendar coming out, new season. So very exciting and epic stuff about to still come to the info session, so please keep an eye out for that. And we might have some fun new quirks that will make life a bit more interesting in our racing. But I can't say a word as yet. It's still in the planning phase, so we'll see this weekend what happens. As Zari is about to cross the line, and it's a 21.345. There we go, fastest driver in Q1, Super D in the house. Nick Gishan in second place, 20 flat. Bob right behind him with a 20.1. Shaney in fourth with a 20.6. Torment with a 20.4. Emmy also right up Torment's alley there on a medium with a 20.4. Khatia Levy also 20.5. Sacred Division 2 driver 20.5 as well, splitting him and Khatia Levy by 5 thousandths. Dean Fergie in 9th, Shakes in 10th, Zardi in 11th, Brad in 12th, and Royal Viking in 13th. I'm just going to take a quick break, get something, some water to drink, keep my throat itch away, and then we'll see you soon as some guys starting to settle up.
1980, 81, 85, and 1997. For 2022, the FIA announced that the cars would now be rolling on 18-inch wheels, far larger than 13-inch wheels used prior. These larger tyres were designed to reduce overheating, improve grip, and provide more aggressive racing. One of the longest broadcasted races was also one of the shortest. The 2021 Belgian Grand Prix lasted only 3 minutes and 27 seconds, the race being flagged due to wet weather conditions on lap 3. Sebastian Vettel holds the F1 record for the shortest time elapsed before picking up a penalty. He was caught speeding in the pit lane in practice for the 2006 Turkish Grand Prix almost immediately after he exited the garage. just 9 seconds into his F1 career. The inaugural World Drivers' Championship was held in 1950 for the 4th season.
And we're back. Shaney again, first out on track. He was the first driver out on track in the previous time around. I'm going to follow Royal Viking here. We haven't followed him around yet for a lap. So I see Avalak letting me know what info I can share here. So dynamic weather to stay. So we'll still have the same type of dynamic settings for some certain races, just to keep it interesting. And then also we will still do sprint races, as we feel like that was a great addition to this season's calendar. So Royal really close up to Shaney here, probably hoping to catch some slipstream to help him on his first lap out here in Q2. It's almost like these guys are starting to race each other in qualifying. As Royal's quite close to Shane here. I think being the driver behind you, only praying that the guy in front is not going to have any slip up. Being this close could mean your qualifying lap might be ruined. Ooh, as that car is just slippery around the sausage curbs. Sausage curbs can really upset a car quite easily, as the Haas still warming up his tires and trying to stick out of the way. See what Royal Viking can do if the slip helped him. Shaney with a 19.6, already going faster than Q1. The Royal Viking going with 21 flat. Brad 20 point flat. I'm gonna jump to Bob. Bob's also on a lap here, fighting for his championship here tonight. Anything is possible in racing. It hasn't done until that checker flag has been swung around. So Bob setting at 20.5, so a little bit of pace, and what we normally see from Bob here, but like we said, he did join a little late. He had load shedding. I'm going to swap to Nick, our current Drivers' Champion leader. .53 flat for the middle split. Not a purple sector. Shaney really put up a stellar lap there. See, out of Parabolica, and it's a 19.8. So Nick also improving. I mean, he's going to need to find some time for that Q3, especially if Shaney coming to play here tonight. I see the two Sis is on a lap. Super D about to complete his lap. Super D with a 19.8. Last driver to set a lap still is Khatua Lebi. Oof, as he almost loses the car. I'm surprised that is not invalidated, because that whole rear was over the white line. Catching some slip from the Aston Martin in front. Clever move, as he's also, his fuel indicator is flashing. Let's hope he's got enough juice that he can make it around here. It's only a little bit to go. And Lebi goes faster with a 19.5. Lebi really showing some pace. I think he had the medium on in Q1. Couldn't really see his pace, but that is a stellar lap. Turkey's just started his lap here. Sorry for that, my controller slipped here. Turkey's already improving by a 10.5 in Sector 1. Also a purple Sector 1. Ooh, also taking a lot of curb on the exit. But hasty on the throttle in the traction zone. What does he do for the middle split? 53.4. Oh, he lost some time on that outside curb. He might need to pit and go for another lap. Currently in the drop zone is Tom and Kills Bob, which both drivers are quite surprising. Just shows you how close and competitive it is. About a second splitting first to 12. Royal Viking also currently only running in 13 for the 21 flat. So he's still gonna have to find a lot of pace. As he shakes is on an out lap. We haven't followed him around yet. Let's give him some airtime. At least airtime here is free. It's not like Cell C or Vodacom, you gotta go buy it. So I'm gonna swap to Bob here quick. I see actually he started the lap. I didn't know he was on the track. Thought that was Turkey's dot. Bob 2 tenths up in Sector 1. So he needs to find about a second. So two and almost a half a tenth is already a good start in Sector 1 alone. Right up to the limit. Out of Lesmo 2. See what he does for the middle split. It's gonna be quick. 4.5 tenths up almost. 52.9. This is definitely going to get into the 19s here. Car stable on the exit of Ascari. As we've seen with the real F1, it was quite a dodge place to be as long as your car's not unsettled from the curbs within Ascari. Nice and tight on the exit. That's a 19.6. Putting him in second place at the moment. I'm going to jump back to Shake. Shake's about to complete his lap as well. Shake's up by 6 tenths as well. This will put him close to Bob's time at the moment. Let's see what he can do out of Parabolica. Here we go. And Shake's put in the fastest time. Going 9 tenths quicker. 19.4, 19.37, sorry. Insanely quick lap. I think he's going to try and pit and go for another one if he's doing that. But he's certainly happy with the time he just saw on the board. Let's see, Zardi and the Aston Martin's on a lap. He's going a little bit slower. He's saving ERS. I think he's going to start a lap now. Zardi joining us late, so he's also have no practice. Already set a good banker lap of a 20.2 on a second lap. Ooh, and he pits. I'm going to follow his teammate around. His teammate's on a lap, Safo and Imi. Let's see if Imi can improve. Imi already so close to P1, and it's such a close battle. He only needs like 3 tenths and he'll be P1 from P5. Already 600th improvement. Ooh, taking a lot of curb there. That might have unsettled the car a bit. get onto the throttle's a bit tough when your car's not too stable, especially over these sausage curbs. Tunable coming in, Shakes is an alien, it's more like it. Yeah, definitely, that's some alien times. Emi Alonso almost 2 tenths up, sector 2, purple 2 as well as a purple 1 he had here, so this could be chasing Shakes' time. Shakes just went into the pits, he's still got time to set up a new fresh set of boots, go out for another one. Hopefully it does have a new set. Let's see what Emi can do. Emi out of Parabolica here. Is he going to give Shakes a go for his money? I think it's going to be close. Yeah, it's close. Oh, 19.3 as well. These guys are insanely quick at the moment. Super D on an outlap, and he's next to start a lap here, I think. Yep, Super D's next up. Let's see, Super D also not a lot to gain to be there. He only needs about 5.5 tenths. Taking a super wide line start his lap. Super tight in the first chicane. And that's what you want to see, but it's all about that traction out of turn 2. I'll set you just up because after every corner is a straight. Super D not up by much. Not a purple sector 1. Only up by 300s. See what Super D can do. His car looked quite stable. Didn't take too much curb on the exits. Let's see, sector 2. Sector 2 is up by 2 tenths already. So that will put him in 5th at the moment, maybe 4th. Let's see what Super D can do. Out of Parabolica we go. Tight line this time around, D. There we go, that's a tight line, and it's a 19.4, putting up in 3rd, with everybody already retiring. So Emi is still in 1st, Shakes in 2nd, Super D in 3rd now. Really made up a bunch of time there. Let's see, Brad coming through Ascari. Okay, Brad is down in time. Let's go Zardi. Zardi is up by 2 tenths. Let's go Aston Martin, up by 5 tenths in sector 2. Come on. That's a 19.8 thus far. It's got a lot of time probably still to find in Parabolica here. But a 19.8 will put him 7th, 8th, maybe even 6th. Let's see what he can do around Parabolica. Also, please keep it tight. Don't go out too far. Oh, and he's not keeping it as tight as Super D. That's a 19.7, putting him in 5th. Let's see. I'm going to jump to Sacred for a bit, and then we've got our championship leader at the moment, Nick Gishan, also about to come through Parabolica to set his last lap in the last couple of moments of qualifying. Ooh, and Sacred went super wide through first chicane. I'm going to stick on Nick here for the last lap. See if he can improve. He also needs about 5 tenths to put it on pole. A little bit more than 5 tenths. See if that Red Bull can perform tonight. And Nick is up by a 10th and a bit. Sector 1. So he must be smiling seeing that green light. Lesmo 1, can you stick the exit? That's normally where people are struggling. Lesmo 2, again the exit, and it looks stable. Let's see. Ooh, he's not up by much, it's only 2,000. I mean 200. Taking it a bit easy. Didn't take it too wide out in Ascari. Could all be in Parabolica. There we go. Stick it close in there. And it's a 19.5. I couldn't see where it put him. That's fourth. Second row start for Nick. He must be happy with that. That jumped him right in front of Bob, I think. And it did. So, Emi Alonso and Paul with a freak time of a 19.3. Shakes with a 19.3. And that's your first row. Second row, Super D and Nick Gishan. Third row, Bihatiyo Lebi and Bob. So that's one buffer between Nick and Bob. So Bob's going to want to have a great start here to get a couple of places gained. And in your fourth row, it will be Shaney and Tormund, followed by Zardi and Brad. And Sacred and Dean Fergie. And then Royal Viking. But 6.5-10 splitting the top 10 here. That's really insane. Oh shit, sorry. I see now. Thanks Shakes and thanks Nick and thanks Shane. Yeah, that was only Q2. So exciting already. Ready for the race. To see some laugh faces coming in here. Sorry guys. I'm so in tuned here. It's karate water. Some people saying I'm drinking that water that I got after Q1 was a little bit potent. But thanks guys for the comments. Now I know you guys are at least listening to me while you guys on track. But so, driver to look out for is Emi Alonso. 19.3 in Q2. Will we maybe see an 18 here tonight? So yeah, guys would have definitely wanted to save their tires for Q3 here and not burn them in Q2. First driver out on track, Shaney again. I want to give Emi some airtime here with that stellar lap he did. And I see some predictions coming in already from Tunable here, saying Shakes will get pole for 19.1. I want to know, are we going to see an 18 here tonight? That was so close in Q2. Can they find another 3/10s in Q3? But now definitely we know all of our drivers will be able to make the Charles Leclerc helmet if they do the challenge on F1. I think Charles Leclerc challenge is only at 20.3 or 20.4 something. So not setting the time boards alight yet. Ooh, and it got super close to that arse. As a purple sector 2 for Emi, 53.1. I think he might be losing a little bit of time in sector 2, but I think this Aston Martin is a complete rocket ship down the straight. 337 kilometers an hour, only without DRS. on a short little straight. Bob with a 19.6 already. Shane with a 20 flat. Emmy with a 19.5. Zadi coming across the line as well now. Zadi with a 20.1. Next up will be Brad with a 29.5. I think he aborted it. He's going to go for another one. I think it's that Super D. That's Retour Lebby that just started a lap. Shake's about to start a lap. Who else is finishing one? Torment. Torment's finishing a lap here. Torment's left that lap. And Nick sets a lap 19.7. Still going quicker. Oh no, sorry, it's a little bit slower than a 19.5 in Q2. Super D also about to complete the lap. 52.9 middle split. 2/10 quicker than Emi Alonso. Also running 338 kph down the small straight. We saw Super D also running 355 with that DRS flap. 19.4. Next up, two Lebbies to still set a time, and Shake still need to set a time as well. There's a lot of support for Shakes to get a 19.1 here tonight. And Retour Lebby at 20.2, putting him up in 8th. Now currently our pole set to over 19.4. That can still be beaten, I think, with the times we saw in Q2, that I thought it was Q3 already. Torment about to cross the line, 20.1. See who else is on a lap. Brad is not on the lap. Ooh, Bob was up and he lost it out of Scary. Don't go the wrong way. Don't go the wrong way. You might get disqualified. Oh, he's going the right way. Sorry. Okay, let's give Shakes his airtime. Shakes is on the out lap. He's going to start his lap now. So let's see that 19.1 Shakes. That track's nice and heated. Not a lot of traffic on there. Got a clean track ahead of you. Nobody coming out the pits either. After Shakes we can jump to Imi again, as Imi is also on an out lap. It's a little bit of a twitch in his throttle. I don't know if he's going full throttle the whole time. I think he might have a sensor issue there a little bit on his pedals. And that's never good for top speed and making up as much time as possible. But there's a small flash in his... Ah, it's gone now. But I'm sure I saw a small flash in that throttle input. That's a 52.9. This is going to be quick as well. Like I said, it'll be 2/10 quicker than Imi, but it's all in this last sector like we saw. Let's see Shakes, 19.1. Here we go. Nice and tight through Parabolica. That's a 19.5, just beating Emi Alonso's time. Emi on a lap. Emi almost at 10.5 sector 1. Ooh, it's a small lockup. You can hear the tires just squealing through the second chicane. See what Emi can do in the middle split. Is he up by more? And Emi is up by a lot, 2.5 tenths. This might just be the quickest time we've seen tonight. This might get us into the 19.2s. Maybe Emi might set the 19.1 here tonight. Let's see, Emi 19.3.5 again, same time, almost like before. Next drive on the track is Zardi. Zardi also up by a 10th at the moment. Still, ooh, and he's taking it slow. He's gonna eat a board to that one. So Emi currently on pole, taking it away from Super D. There's still more than enough time for Super D to still go for another lap. And I think we'll see everybody pop out the pits. Yeah, let's see Zardi start his lap here. Can we make it an Aston Martin 1-2? And they say it's always you want to beat your teammate first, but if your teammate's sitting on pole, it's a hefty task in front of you. Zardi also joining late, so having no practice except for qualifying tonight to warm up. Zardi up by a 10th and a bit. Still needing to find another 7 tenths. Let's see the middle split. Up by 5 tenths. This is insanely quick. A 52.8. It's the fastest middle split I've seen. Let's go Aston Martin. Nice and tight, nice and tight. Still taking it a bit wide. He could have saved. There we go, 19.2, up by almost 9 tenths. I'm going to swap to Nick as he just started his lap through the first chicane. Nick up by a 10th and a half. In sector 1, second chicane. Looked quite stable. Ooh, and he had a big slide coming out of Lesmo too. That would have hurt his time just a bit. Oh, and it's a 52.8, same middle split as Zardi just did. So Nick definitely losing quite a bit of time in Parabolica. Maybe on top speed, we'll see now what his top speed's gonna be. After which we'll jump to Bob. And Nick not keeping it tight, he aborted it. So Bob on a lap. Purple sector 1 up by a 10th. He only needs to find 4. Shakes and Super D also still on a lap. Shaney up into second with a 19.3. Splitting the Aston Martins. Super D crosses the line, 19.199. Tallman crossing the line, 19.9. Shakes about to cross the line as well. Shakes putting it up in third, 19.3. And Bob here. Last car. Was that a purple sector? Bob in first. Bob takes pole. What time did Bob do? Bob with a 19.1. 200s between Bob and Super D. Insane times. So Bob taking pole, Super D in second, Zadi in third, Shakes in fourth, Shaney in fifth, Emi Alonso in sixth, Nick Gieshan in seventh, Brad in eighth, Torment in ninth, and Getue Lebby in 10th. Okay, I'm gonna just quickly take a small break, get some more of that water, and then I'll see you guys back soon. And I'm back. So, most people, almost everyone, deciding to start on the mediums. Here's your possible race strats, medium hard or a soft to medium. Soft to medium I think is a bit far, but it's not impossible. Royal Viking, the only driver selecting to start on the soft, so he's hoping to make up some space. Or make up some places on the start of the race. Not a big tire difference between pace on this track, between compounds. Due to it being a top speed race, there's not a lot of time to lose on the tire. Alright, as we're starting to reform the grid, Super D is going for it. He can't wait for this race to start. Insane performance by Bob and Super D in qualifying. Super D parking super nicely in that grid spot. Bob a bit more ahead, so that could have been a purple. I love this view though of the lineup. See if we can't get a better view yet. Yeah, there we go. Let's see. And away we go. That's a good pull away from everybody ahead. It's that Super D's just getting a blast of a pull away. Ooh, and Bob goes wide. That's a big crash. Bob got pushed off. Zardy got pushed off. Sorry, it was Zardy being pushed off quite a bit. Bob dropping so far. I think he might have gotten some wing damage as well. Yeah, I think Bob is losing a complete wing here. Zardy not having any damage. He might have some body damage there. But that's insane. Out of all of this, Brad is up to first. Up 7 places. I don't know how Brad has gained all of this. Up by 7 places. The biggest winner here tonight is Brad, ladies and gentlemen. All the way from 8th to 7th. Super D is already having a little look down the inside of Shakes there. But a lot of ERS already being expelled. Super D side by side with Shakes. Will he take Brad as well? Ooh, and they're going 3 wide. Not the biggest sector one, as Super D gets pushed off by Brad. That was not nice at all. We might see a penalty coming. Nick up to 4th now. And Amy straight going for a move on Brad here. And he makes it stick without the DRS. And Nick Gishin is also right on the tail of Brad here. Nick Gishin's going for the inside into Parabolica. And they're going side by side. Brad outbraking it. Brad taking the high line. He's just got it on the brakes. Nick in the slip. Fastest lap going to Emi Alonso already. Brad not making it easy for this overtake to happen. Nick on the inside. Ooh, and they touch. Super D retired after that incident. Shake retired out of Lesmo too. He lost the rear there. And that's a full-blown safety car. And we've got Emi pitting already. Only tyre he can go for is hards, and they might still make it to the end. I don't think the tyre wear on this track is so big, but with this long straight, the pit time he's saving is so much already. Well, he's basically just got a free pit stop and lost a couple of positions. Well, he's square on where he started as well, so... But basically just got a free pit stop. He doesn't even have to pit for the rest of the race. He's just got to stick it out for 23 laps on the hards. This might be a good strat call. And out of the first 4 eventful laps, we got Nick Gishin in first, Brad in second, Sacred in third, up by 8th places already. I think Sacred started in 11th. Tuilebi up by 6 places. Dean Fergie up by 7. Now biggest loser as far as Barb out of that incident on the main straight. The safety car will take another lap around. I think safety car will be in the next lap. So we might see the safety car's lights go out, I think there. I didn't see it flashing. Yep, safety cars in this lap. This is also quite a difficult task because it's a super long straight and got 11 drivers on your back here. Also all want to get into that podium position. And we know this game can glitch sometimes around Parabolica, and it can control your throttle just a bit. That safety car still entering the pits, but Nick catching Brad, sleeping a bit here. 9/10 gap, which is perfect for the slipstream effect not to work. So we might see Durkies here going for a move onto Brad. Yep, moving in onto inside, having a little look, thinks better of it. It's a big braking zone into turn 1. Also not really a turn you want to go into side by side, but he's right up onto the gearbox of Brad here. And just giving Nick some breathing space so he can hopefully relax a bit and just push on. But it's super tight behind Brad here, Turkis and Dean Fergie. Ooh, as Brad messed up a little bit. Sacred out in the outside, going side by side in Lesmo 1. Turkis going super wide, still going side by side into Lesmo 2. And Turkis has passed. Emi Alonso going for it as well onto Brad here. And Emi has passed Brad. Oh, heavy braking zone. Shaney happened, something happened to Shaney here. I think Shaney might have lost a wing. If we can see the car. No, I'm not sure what happened to Shaney. His wing still looks quite intact. As Nick is just running away, he's 2 seconds ahead. Turkey is going for the move on Imi Alonso already. Imi just got a super straight line speed here. As Bob gets around Tormund there. Ooh, as the driver just went off track. That's Dean Fergie, he just lost it in Lesmo 1. That wing still looks intact, so hopefully no damage for him. Zardi is super close up into Brad's side here. Tolman getting passed by Getue Levy. Bob climbing the ranks like a champ. Bob in 5th already. Everybody following Bob super closely behind Bob here. Bob also super low on the ERS. I think most drivers are flashing. Yep. That's Bob flashing, Royal Viking flashing, Zardi flashing, meaning they're all below 10%. Zardi following Royal Viking, also super close here. Zardi not flashing yet, but close to that flashing station. I'm going to move up to Nick Gishin and Emi Alonso. Emi Alonso super quick out of Parabolica. And Emi goes for a move down the inside. Emi already pitted, so it's working perfectly in his favor. Emi might not need to pit again. It all depends on how far these odds can go. So Nick not letting this place go. He's sticking on Emi Alonso. Well, we see a change in position again with Nick this time having the DRS down the straight. Yep, Nick going it. Emir defending on the inside, but it's not enough. Nick making the pass stick. Bob passing Zadi. Zadi defending from Brad behind as well. And Bob getting on top of his teammate Turkis of Sacred. As Emi goes past Nick Gishin again. So Nick Gishin again the call of the DRS this time around on the main straight. He's a bit far back this time around. Or is he? He's pushing that Red Bull. He is gaining. He's gaining. Emi defending again the inside. Nick not having enough this time around. Emi going a bit deep. Nick going around the outside. This will be all in the traction zone here. As Bob's just climbing the ranks, he's just past Sacred. And now I can hunt down these front two fighting the whole time, which will just hurt the two in front here if they continue fighting. As Bob will just gain and gain every single corner. Bob also elected to pit for the hards here. So Bob also sitting quite comfy, and he might not need to pit either. As Nick jumps into the pit. So Bob up in second now. I'm not sure what happened there to Zadi. Zadi went super deep on the inside. He did get a 3-second time penalty for that. As Emi has just been released, they're not fighting anymore and he's just gaining time on Bob here now. So Emi got a 6-second gap versus the 4-second it was. Nick all the way down in 9th again after that pit stop. Remembering everybody in front of him still needing to pit except for Bob and Emi. But he's still got a lot of time to pick up. Let's see. From the leader, he's got 24 seconds to pick up. Which is quite a lot. So, Emi not needing to pit. Bob might need to. It's 11 laps already. Zadi on 9 lap old odds. Sacred needing to pit. Getwelebi doesn't need to pit. Royal Viking still needing to pit. Teen Fergie still needing to pit. As we'll start seeing people jumping into the pits now. As we see Zadi going for a move on to Bob here this time around again on the inside. See Nick already climbing some places, with people pitting Nick in 7th already again. So Tuilebi also super close on to Royal Viking here. Ooh, and that might not have been the best decision. He's just given Royal Viking the DRS to get back at him again. And Tormund right behind them as well. Royal Viking and Tormund, they're going 3 peoples wide and 2, and Royal gets it. As the Tuilebi is trying to stick it in there on the inside. A little bit of a switchback, not getting the traction he wanted though. So Tormund this time. Yep, Tormund already passing Royal Viking on the exit. Now Royal Viking also flashing quite a bit there. Already going for a move on Bob. Well, Viking also following super closely to Tormund here. As Bob once again just super close up to Zardia. I don't think he'll make a move this straight, maybe the next one. Ooh, as Emi Alonso has crashed out of Ascari. And that'll bring out another safety car. And this will just help Nick so much. Unless this guy's in front goes to pit now, which might be the best move, is just go onto the softs. It's only 10 laps left. I think we might see everybody coming into the pit. Yep, everybody into the pit. Nick also pitting. Sacred pit. Sacred Pits. Brad staying out. Brad might just become a sitting duck. Where will Brad end up though? Will he get the track position? And Brad gets the track position. Shaney unfortunately picking up a 5-second penalty in the pits. As I'll be back soon. It's safety car time. And yep. As Brad eventually decided to pit, also to get onto the soft. So this leaves Bob in the most comfortable position here in first. Great recovery after the first lap incident. The safety car could really put a spanner in the works for everybody involved. The safety car lights go. Looks like the safety car lights is out already, but still got more than half a lap to go before it will say. Ah, there we go, I can see them on now. I think I saw the safety car's wing instead of the lights itself. If you look at it from this side, it's hard to see if those lights are flashing in the dash. I think the safety car should be in now. Yeah, safety car in this lap. So let's see if Bob can catch everybody behind him napping, as Nick did such a great job with the previous safety car. Like I said, you gotta give the safety car a lot of respect down the straight, otherwise it will play with your throttle through parabolica. And that can just upset the whole restart procedure here. Safety car is nicely in the pits, this should be fine. As Bob pulls the pin. And he's just pulling time to Torman, 7/10 to Torman. That should give him more than enough breathing room down the straight. Torman won't get the maximum amount of slipstream he might have wanted. Protect him again from Royal Viking behind, that's quite close, but he's still sticking it. And Zardi got caught napping with Levy right on top of him, and Nick following also quite close. as Zadi fell a second and a bit off the pace after the restart. We might see some new fastest laps also coming out. People on the softs now, low fuel, only 7 laps to go. Shane goes for a move on to Dirkies here, Sacred. Bob, fastest lap. Tormund, fastest lap. Bob and Tormund here already pulling a 2-second gap between them. Not between them, but between them and the cars behind. As his steering wheel there is glitching, showing us the pit limiters enabled. Definitely not going 80 kilometers an hour. As Nick Gishin gets past Zadi. I missed that. And Nick Gishin getting passed by Zadi again. Nick Gishin 3-second time penalty for corner cutting, and another one was dished out as well to, I think, Dirkies. And DRS enabled this time around. Dirkies super close on to Nick here. Dirkies on the softs going for the move. As Zadi onto Royal Viking just ahead. And inside. Yeah, Sacred sticks it past. Zadi didn't get past Royal there. But all of this has just given Tormund and Bob a 5-second lead already on the rest of the pack. Saki driving there with the Max Verstappen helmet out of Miami. I think it's the one, the Miami one. You got two, there's one from Zandvoort and the one from Miami. Sacred's going for a move, or looking for a move onto Zadi, but Zadi's just making that Aston Martin as wide as possible into the braking zone, as Zadi's on top of Royal Viking here as well. There we go, Zadi down on the outside. And Dirkies down on the inside. Are we going 3 wide into Parabolica? It's Dirkies taking 2 people in one. Going down wide, Royal Viking coming back on the switchback. Brilliant driving from both Royal Viking and Dirkies. Dirkies getting the... Dirkies doesn't have the DRS here, but still going for a move down the outside of Royal Viking. Going side by side into the first chicane. They leave each other just enough room. Ooh, and Dirkies got knocked a little bit. I think it was just too much wheel banging. Just upset the car completely and lost it out. As we get back as Dean Fergie. Ooh, Dean Fergie cutting the track. He's going to have to give everybody space there. And that lost him so much time. As Tormund and Bob's just running away ahead, having a 7-second lead already. And Nick Gishin getting past Royal Viking. So this is going to be a fight for that last podium position. Let's look at penalties. Nick Geeshan sitting on a 3-second penalty. Zadi with a 9-second penalty, and Shaney with an 11-second penalty, and Sacred sitting with a 5-second penalty as well. So as it stands, Nick might drop back another 2 places. Yeah, 2 places. Zadi will go, I think, to 9th, and Shaney would be... No, Shaney would be 9th, Zadi would be 8th. And Sacred picks up another 3-second time penalty. Gete Levi with the fastest lap of 20.8. I think that's on a brand new pair of softs. Sorry. Super close onto Royal Viking here. Royal Viking will get the DRS as well, so not going to make it easy for the overtake. Ooh, Zadi sticks it down the inside already. There you go, Zadi's going to make it on track before the corner. Oof, and they touch wheels, but it's all good. And Zadi is just on Nick. As he sticks it down the inside. Ooh, not a curb you want to take too much of. As Zadi gets back onto Royal Viking after the mistake in the second chicane. As we have 2 laps to go, I think. Yeah, we got 2 laps to go. Everybody running low on the ERS. As it stands, Nix just needs to keep it clean and the championship will be his as long as he can keep the car on the track and finish the race. Royal Viking took a super wide line there in the background, promoting Shaney up. One player, Zadi already passing Nick. Last lap to go. I'm going to follow Bob and Tormund around here. Final lap. Royal Viking getting another 5-second penalty for corner cutting. Bob already taking a little bit of celebratory weaving down the last straight. There we go. Thurmond and Bob both weaving. So Bob wins the race. As Nick will fall down to 4th. So that's 4th for Nick, and that I think is definitely a championship for Nick. Driver of the day, Royal Viking. So Bob winning the race from Torment in 2nd. Brad in 3rd. Nick Gishin in 4th. Go Bob being able to spray the champagne out. And there's your final standings. Bob in 1st, Torment in 2nd, Brad in 3rd, Nick Gishin in 4th, Dean Fergie in 5th, Royal Viking in 6th, Zardi in 7th, Sacred in 8th, Shaney in 9th, and in some drivers we lost Retour, Levy, Imi Alonso, Shakes and Super D. And I'm going to say you guys must have a brilliant night, and hopefully we'll catch you guys tomorrow for Division 2 also at Monza. So yeah, cheers.